me out! Let me out! Just open the door! Open it!
Hey, pack it in!
Just let me out of here!
You're going nowhere.
You can't just keep me in here!
Just shut it, will ya?
Please!
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Carmichael.
What time is the meeting?
2 o'clock. I have informed all of the staff.
I'll tell Daniel.
Well, I am prepared as I can be.
I'm sure. I do know that this won't be easy.
No, it will not, I'm afraid. But Dr. Granger is right. This is the future. We have no choice but to give the CCG what they want.
Without actually putting a gun to anyone's head.
Absolutely. We have to think positively.
Guten Morgen, Sarah.
Good morning, Dr. Heskey.
Exciting development. I have decided where I'm going to take Mother.
Oh, but that is good news. Now, did you get the email I sent you?
Which one?
All staff meeting in here at 2 o'clock.
You've got to let me out of here.
I don't want to hear it.
Rory, please.
You feel so...
You can't just keep in here.
Are you hungry?
I can't stand it anymore.
Are you hungry?
I just want to get out. Please. Please, Rory, no. Rory, please. I can't stand it.
I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available. Please leave your message. Emergency, which service?
Police. Oh, my days. Would you put that down here? Oh, let me give you a hand with this.
It's fine, I can manage, it's not heavy.
Well, there we go. There. Put it there.
Thanks.
Okay. Wow. Well, your room's ready, but we don't have to go up yet. There's no hurry. Can I have a cup of tea first, if you fancy?
I'm all right, thanks.
Well, I got muffins.
I'm not hungry.
When was the last time you had something? Come and sit down. Put your feet up.
Actually, I don't think I'm going to be staying.
What do you mean?
Here? Sorry.
Everything's ready.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm not. I just came to tell you to your face. I know you've been really nice and everything, but...
Yeah, but yesterday...
Look, I'm just going to go, OK?
Where?
Does it matter?
Lily, come and talk to me, please.
Not last night, the night before.
Right, so that's what, 36 hours?
He just went out and didn't come back.
Can I? Do you know where he went?
He just went out with friends, I suppose.
And obviously, you've called him.
Oh, dozens of times. I've left messages, texts, and now it's unavailable.
Right, have you called anyone else?
I tried the college, but they say he didn't turn up yesterday. And his brother, of course. But he doesn't seem that bothered.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, he just thinks I'm making a fuss as usual. But Simon wouldn't just go off and not tell me, and not even answer his phone.
Has Simon been in any kind of trouble before?
No, not once. He's not like that. Look, I don't know what's happened, but there is something very, very wrong.
Now that this is your decision...
Yeah, it is.
Right, I don't understand. Why have you changed your mind?
It's up to me, isn't it?
Yeah, but something's happened. Just tell me what's happened.
Spoke to Ellie last night.
She says she'd want to take my baby away.
She doesn't know me.
There aren't enough babies, are there? For adoption, yeah? And that's how you get around it, rich people like you.
Rich people?
And I know, like, we'd probably be better off staying here. And you've obviously done this before.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to steal your child.
I just want to keep my own baby.
Yes, and this is the best way to do it. Lily, you've been ever so brave up until now. And I know you want what's best, but you can't do this on your own anymore. You need a proper place to stay. And we just want to keep you safe. Nothing more.
Do you know if he had any money with him?
Not much, I wouldn't have thought.
No. Has he got access to a bank account?
Yes, he does, but the card's here.
Oh, do you mind if I... Thank you. Right. Can I... Yeah. Has he got a partner?
Yes, she's in Thailand or Goa or wherever. That's where they met, in Gap Year.
So, he has left home before?
Yes, but he would phone me or text me nearly every day. Rory used to say he should have taken me with him.
Is Rory his brother?
Uh-huh.
Are they close?
You wouldn't think so. They're like chalk and cheese. Simon's his mother's boy, always has been. But Rory, on the other hand, quite the opposite. Can't be told, especially after his dad left.
Ah. Can I have his phone number and address?
Rory's?
Yes, please. It might be worth it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Right. Come on. You're gonna get this down, huh?
Oh, what do you think you're doing? I want to kill you! Simon! Simon!
See you next week, okay? Bye-bye.
Can I remind you all about the meeting?
Can't wait.
Well, lunch will be provided.
Yeah, so if you've got any special requirements, let me know.
No more sandwiches? Do you know what it's about?
No idea.
Oh, Dr. Heskey.
Huh?
I have not had your COPD figures yet.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it to you at lunchtime. Oh, no, my mistake. We don't get a lunchtime anymore, do we?
Tell me about it. I haven't stopped all day.
Yeah, well, it is very important.
Yeah? How long's this mystery summit of yours going to take?
Well, no more than about an hour.
Yeah, that means more than 2 hours. Mrs. Abel, do you want to...
Do you know what it's about?
Not specifically, no.
So you do know something? It's that major?
Well, just reading between the lines, of course. I'd say it's something pretty big.
Like what?
Nestle, you did say that you were busy.
Well, of course I want to help.
When did you last see your brother?
A couple of days, I don't know.
What about the night he went missing?
I was out on the job, painting.
I have to say, I'm a little surprised.
About what?
You don't seem very worried.
Well, of course I am. I just don't want to get Mum into a state, that's all.
You hurt your leg?
I fell off a ladder.
Did you know that your brother was taking drugs?
You're joking, ain't you?
No, I'm not joking.
Simon is a good little boy. He'd never touch anything like that.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd never touch anything like whatever that used to be. I found this in his room. It looks like he's taken the lot.
When did Mum see it?
I don't know. I wanted to speak to you first. Now, where did he get it from? You?
No.
You got it from somewhere. So you don't do this kind of thing?
No, I don't.
I've checked your records. You've got 4.
Not with stuff like that, I haven't. No, never in a million years.
There we go. Our bathroom's just over there. We wouldn't come in, I promise. This is, well, not unless you want us to. This is just for you and your baby for as long as you need. Lilia, we wouldn't come between you. It's just been freshly painted, but...
Oh, it's fine, thanks.
Oh, is that for the baby?
No, he's mine, but we're going to share him.
Oh, what else you got?
Just what I've got in here and the baby box.
Well, that's good for when you get home, but what about the hospital? What you got ready?
Hello? I've been trying to sort out money every day and somewhere to sleep every night and giving up smoking and worrying about Austin.
OK, well, we just have to get you a bag together.
We're not in any hurry, are we? I mean, what do you need?
Well, you need your jammies for a start.
Oh, I don't wear pyjamas anymore.
All right, nicey. Washing things, shampoo, your sanitary... We'll get a list together.
What, do you just go out and buy that stuff?
Yeah.
What about music?
Oh, I'm sure you can take your headphones.
Ellie had one of these rabbits and you hang it on the side and it plays all these little tunes.
See, I thought you could have your baby box over there by the bed.
It must be lovely. Watching them sleep.
Yeah, it is.
So did you have to call the police?
What did you expect?
You should have called me first.
I tried, didn't I? I don't know how many times.
The last thing we needed was coppers sticking their oar in.
What have you done now?
Nothing, but just let me deal with it now, okay?
What have you done to Simon?
What, me?
Just tell me where he is.
I don't know, do I? Please, just leave it to me.
Right. After all you put me through.
Well, I was a kid, wasn't I? Yeah, just like Simon is now.
No, he's not like you.
Yeah, well, maybe he is. A little bit more than you think.
Just you tell me where he is.
Look.
Right now.
Look, he's going to turn up sooner or later. Not for money, if nothing else, so we're just going to wait here until he does, OK? Oh, Mum, just for once, this isn't my fault.
Well, thank you all very much for coming. And I must apologize for taking up your time. But when you hear what the partners and myself have to say, you will understand why we needed as many of you here as possible.
Oh, sounds intriguing.
Oh, sorry, I forgot the sandwich.
And now, I am sure that you are aware that the CCG, in line with...
Well, I'm glad you didn't wait for me. Excuse me. Oh,
No.
Sorry, my bad. Go and sit. Good man.
that the CCG, in line with government thinking...
There you go.
Ah, Rory. Just the man. Can I have a word, please?
About what?
About some CCTV footage that I've just seen of you and Simon outside your flat only 3 hours ago.
Just not in front of her, OK?
No problem. Do you want to go down the station? OK.
We are obliged, in the main, to comply with the forthcoming policy directive.
Which is?
Many of the adjustments have already been made in the local practices. But now the CCG have...
Mrs. Tembe, I'm sorry, but...
No, if you would just hear her out.
I think we all know where this is going, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah, because I haven't got a clue.
Well, if we just all listen.
Mrs. Tembe.
You're going to ask us to open for longer, aren't you? What? Well, it's what's happening at King Street and Boxstock Street.
Yeah, and live water, actually.
If you'll just let her finish.
Do you or do you not want us to open up for longer?
Is she serious?
We are considering expanding the opening times of the mill and possibly the campus surgery.
Yeah, but what about us? Not that this is a surprise.
But this is for patients who are unable to attend...
Are you hearing this?
Is this going to include weekends?
I'm sure Mrs. Tembe will be coming to that.
Will there be extra staff?
Well, we have not discussed this.
So that's a no, then?
It's what the government have decided.
So they're forcing this through, then?
Not exactly, no.
But they're putting pressure on the CCGs.
Who are putting pressure on us. It's typical.
Well, I know where they can show it.
Actually, it's not that simple.
It sounds pretty simple to me.
Look, if we could all just stop and listen for a minute.
I do not believe this. There is not one of these sorry excuses for sandwiches that hasn't got mayonnaise in it.
No, I think there is.
Where?
Cheese and pickle.
Behind the tuna.
There's no tuna.
No, next to the egg.
I don't like tuna. I don't like egg either.
That's the dry one.
What? They're the same sandwiches.
Oh, for goodness sake. Simon. Love? What's going on? Where have you been? Will you talk to me, please? What are you looking for? Simon, please.
Mum, just leave me alone.
Well, tell me.
What do you think? Money!
What for? Will you stop?
Just give me some money.
No. Oh, please. Simon, no! No, don't go, Simon, please! Just come back and talk to me! Simon!
Hi, Kerry. Anyone in there? Come through. Take a seat.
Look, this is between me and him. There's no need for this at all.
Well, your mother seems to think there is. She's worried sick.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of her as well, ain't I?
As well as what?
I'm trying to help my brother.
By abducting him?
Look, I found him in the road in a puddle of puke, so what was I supposed to do? Let her see him in that state?
That was 2 nights ago.
Yeah. Well, I was looking after him.
Oh, I can see that from the CCTV.
I was trying to straighten him out, wasn't I? I was make him see sense.
You were holding him against his will behind a bolted door. How long's he been on it?
Since she went to Thailand, I think.
And your mum knows nothing about it.
She doesn't want to know. She thinks the sun shines out of Simon. She always has.
And you want to keep it that way?
Yeah, she had enough of that of me, didn't she? Only, look, that stuff is 10 times worse. It'll end up killing him and her as well. And that's Mum again.
Take it.
Hello. Well, all right. So what's happened?
This will enable us to extend patient access and services and at the same time improve work-life balance for us.
By running us all into the ground.
No, by being more flexible with the hours that we work.
Flexible?
It gives us more say over the hours that we don't.
So we do get a say, then?
I wouldn't hold your breath.
And we're all going to have to do this, are we?
The money we earn.
You do know how much I take home at the end of the week.
Look, of course we do.
And you expect me to have even less of a life than I already do now?
It'll be the same for everyone.
I have a question, if that's permissible. I was just wondering where in the contract it says that I have to do this.
Look, we need to start
thinking... You see, there isn't a provision in here for you being able to change my shift patterns.
No, just being pedantic.
All right, so I shouldn't have signed it in the first place, should I? Because it's all just completely worthless.
No one is saying that.
Yes, you are.
That's ridiculous.
Please. Look, these changes are coming to us externally. The partners have no choice.
It's true.
As I thought.
That's beside the point. It's not a question of whose brilliant idea it is. It's a question of whether it's just. It's a question of whether it's practical.
OK, well, why don't you ask your patients?
All right, and at what point in my 20-hour day should I do that?
We are changing the shifts, not the number of hours.
I'm not doing it.
OK, well, maybe you two need a little bit more time to think this through.
No, don't need no time, because I ain't doing it either.
Simon! Rory, stay back. Rory, keep away from the tree.
That's my brother!
No,
Get off me!
back! Have you phoned for an ambulance, madam? Thank you. Stay back! Simon! Simon, can you hear me?
Do something!
Oh.
Watch it!
Is this diesel or petrol?
Yeah, petrol.
Simon! I don't want to move him, but we're going to have to. Come on, help me. Simon, can you hear me? You get his legs. We need fire, please. It's petrol. Keep everybody back. Stand back, please. Move back, please. Careful, careful.
Fire engine en route, estimated 5 minutes.
Come on, just wake up, will you? Give me some space, please.
Stay back. It's not safe.
That's it. Simon, can you hear me? Keep away. Okay, all right, still. Keep your head still. He's going to be fine. Stay still. He's going to be okay. Keep still. Keep still. Keep your head still. Keep your head still.
Well, thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, Daniel, what is the time frame on this?
It will not be until the new year.
I take it applies to the partners too, the extended hours.
We'll be leading from the front, don't worry.
But you're not obliged to.
No.
You are kidding me.
So what we got here is one rule for you and another rule for us.
I can assure you we will all be taking our share.
Oh, just let me know as soon as you can then, will you, please? Okay. Out.
Mum, it's all right. They're just checking him over.
He's going to need proper supervision, and I don't mean being locked up.
Yeah, but we speak to the doctors. And is that it?
Well, that all depends on what his blood tests reveal. But thankfully, no one else was hurt. We'll be in touch, though.
It's okay, Mum. He'll be fine.
No, he won't. How long?
No, not long, and I've been trying to sort
You
it
should
out.
have told me. He's my son.
I was trying to help him. I was trying to protect you from it, Mum.
I'm not a child. If my son's in trouble, I want to know about it.
Yeah, well, I'm your son too, right? And you were never interested when I was in trouble, were you? Because it's just Simon, isn't it? It's always just Simon. Mum,
You should have told me.
get away from me.
I just don't see how I can fit any more hours into the day.
You're telling me.
I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it.
What, does this mean you intend to work to rule?
That's what you want to call it?
Do you really think that is the best thing for the practice?
Mrs. Tembe, I bust a gut for this practice every day, and you know it.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Tembe, but I have to agree. And I'm pretty certain that I speak for Karen as well.
I can imagine.
There's my Geoffrey to consider for one thing. He really looks forward to our Saturdays together.
I understand, but we must all be prepared to make sacrifices.
Yeah, like sleep.
Cats can be very routine sensitive.
And I can just imagine Zara and Daniel giving up their city breaks and glamping trips.
There is such a thing as teamwork, you know, Aisha.
And slave labour.
I think that is stretching it a little.
If you're feeling that poor, I thought a little bit of overtime would come in really handy.
You just don't get it, do you?
OK, that's enough.
Sorry, am I not supposed to have an opinion now?
Look, Mrs. Tembe, I have to say, I feel like you've just been buttering me up for this.
I'm sorry?
You know, we went Christmas shopping together. I thought that we were a team.
Dr. Haskey, I was only trying to help.
There's not much gratitude around here, Mrs. Tembe.
Oh, so we've all got to be grateful now, have we?
Oh, yeah, we're ever so humble. We are.
Look, sometimes I really wonder...
Oh, sometimes you really wonder what?
I wonder if you really want to be here.
Did you hear that? That was a threat. A threat from management.
OK, please, can we all just get a grip? OK, change happens, even in the NHS, and there's nothing we can do about it. We all know that. So why don't we save our energy for the battles we can win? Hey?
I don't think you've heard the end of this.
Says of my way.
Yeah, I'm aware.
What are you going to do? What do you want?
Don't you want to make the estate safer for the decent residents?
I wasn't being targeted, OK? I can protect you.
I'm not testifying, and you can't hide me.
Someone put your windows in, the graffiti.
So this time you'll protect me?